All right, so this is a suggestion via a channel member. Guys, look at the title here. There are a couple of states who are now they've been doing this here. I don't understand how you can have a driver's license, not actually give any type of like actual identification. You're giving IDs to people who are illegal and completely fine with them legitimately lying about their name or not even giving their name and then still giving them the identification. That does not prove anything. Truth be told here. Yeah, you can have a photo that looks similar to the person, but now what if there is someone who gets a hold of this license and now they're able to utilize it because, again, there was no name given? Okay. If someone has to sit in jail until we identify you, why are you giving people commercial driver's licenses without identifying themselves, knowing that we have a gigantic issue, specifically in some of our southern states, southwestern states specifically, where there are people moving other people? Okay. Understand this here, guys. Right? Your driver's license, for the most part, is valid everywhere in the United States of America. So, of course, what do? You get your license in a place that doesn't require you to give a name, and then just fly right down to, I don't know, the border, let's say, and then start utilizing your ID to ferry people, basically human smuggling. I don't really see how this is conducive, but I mean, let's continue. Let's go and jump into it. Enough talking.
This political theater may have a lot of
Political
opportunities
theater.
for television and such, but it
Okay.
doesn't get the job done of fighting crime.
It is shameful. You don't run and hide if you're proud of what you're doing. That's what ICE is doing.
Illinois is going to use every lever at our disposal to resist this power grab and get Noam's thugs the hell out of Chicago.
No problem,
They told
JB
us that this
Pritzker.
was about the worst of the worst. In reality, they are going after anyone who objects to families being ripped apart and community members being disappeared.
Okay.
Oh, that's Democrats
Cool
defending
thing.
the worst of the worst arrested during Operation Midway Blitz. So let's meet some of them and see if Mayor Johnson is correct.
Okay, that is a lot of absolute wild debauchery, but understand there are more people than just these, let's say, these types right here. There are also individuals with deportation orders.
This is just a small sampling of those that have been arrested. And
Please
more
don't
than
read any
1,000
of that.
Taken off the streets of Chicago. You have this individual convicted of murder.
He is.
Another one, 3 DUI convictions, 2 domestic violence convictions. This individual from Mexico convicted of DUI and arrested for terroristic
Jeez.
threats.
Right,
The
that's a
list
good guy.
continues. This Austrian illegal violent criminal convicted of sex offender, convicted of sexually assaulting a family member under the age of 6. Another convicted of armed carjacking and robbery. You've got convicted of battery and domestic violence. By the way, are you listening, Mayor Johnson? None of
yeah.
this sounds like innocent individuals who are here illegally committing these violent crimes. It continues, convicted of a sexual assault of a child. This individual from Mexico convicted of weapons offense and concealing a homicide death, arrested
Wow.
for sexual assault of a child,
More
domestic
of that.
battery, and last but not least, you have an individual convicted of multiple counts of domestic battery and strangulation. Joining us now is former ICE director and
Jesus
federal
Christ.
prosecutor.
Listen, that sounds absolutely terrible, right? Absolutely, all of those. Pack them up, guys. Right, but the reality is that that's not everyone. We need to be completely, here. I understand why you're saying it because you're proving the point that there are some people, in fact, who have all these crazy charges that are definitely being taken out. But again, they are also going after deportation orders, which is completely fine. Think of it as a warrant. I wonder if Brandon Johnson is completely fine with completely disregarding warrants for people's arrests. In the same manner, he's also, basically on the side of disregarding warrants for people's deportation.
Jonathan Fahey. Jonathan, we wanted to lay that list out because it's clearly not the case when we hear Mayor Johnson and Governor Pritzker saying that innocent people are being disappeared. These are violent, convicted,
that's not
illegal
everyone,
alien
though.
criminals.
Yes, and the
They're
worst
criminals,
part about
all
it
of them.
is Governor Pritzker and
But
Mayor
not that.
Johnson have done everything in their power to keep those people in the United States, which is totally shameful. And that clip you played earlier, Senator Durbin talking about political theater or whatever, this has been the greatest political theater that these Democrats have ever had the opportunity to get involved in. And it's so shameful the way they attack, malign, defame ICE agents. every chance they get, particularly in light of what happened a couple of weeks ago in Dallas. But these men and women are putting their lives on the line
That's
to
what they
make not
do.
only Chicago safer, but to make the United States safer. And despite what Mayor Johnson wants, Governor Pritzker wants, they don't have the right to have their own immigration policy. And President Trump has a responsibility to the citizens of the United States, as well as the citizens of Illinois, to remove illegal aliens, particularly the most dangerous ones.
You said something important there, Jonathan, about wanting a state wanting to have their own immigration policies. This is the fundamental problem with sanctuary cities. States do want to have their sanctuary immigration policies that protect violent criminals, illegal alien criminals, to run loose. But for the life of me, this isn't opining. These are simple facts. Those are convicted criminals. So why are the Democratic leaders like Pritzker and Johnson being dishonest about who ICE is arresting?
It's a cake and eat it too scenario.
That is one of the most shameful things. They are so dishonest. And you're right, sanctuary cities are one of the biggest problems that have caused the most damage to our country in terms of like criminal, victims. Like, we always go back to Lake and Riley. Sanctuary City in New York caused that crime, as well as other Biden policies. But yeah, they're so dishonest about this. But it just shows you how extreme the Democratic Party is on this issue, because they are for full-on open borders, full-on amnesty, and that's a non-negotiable position within the Democratic Party. And we know Governor Pritzker is using this to sort of launch his 2028 presidential campaign, and he has to put himself out there full on open borders, full on anti-President Trump. And it's so shameful that he's willing to put his presidential ambitions ahead of the safety of his residents of Illinois.
Yeah, guys, I'd actually never thought about it like that. Like, obviously, Pritzker, potentially, right? I mean, he may try to run, guys. And then it would also make all the sense in the world why Brandon Johnson is basically simping in the manner that he is simping. All right? Like, when I say that this man is saying whatever he thinks the Democrats are going to like the best, because, guys, watch him speak, right? Just like watch his energy. There's nothing real there, right? There's no passion there at all. There's nothing there. There's no emotion. There's nothing, and I mean literally nothing. He is like reading from a teleprompter or something. Every single time I watch Brandon Johnson speak, bro.
Yeah, Jonathan, I've only got about 20 seconds left, but we did have an individual, an illegal alien from India, got a commercial driver's license in New York with no name on his license. How is that even possible?
New York,
It's shameful. Yeah, you have these Lanews getting licenses all over the place, and
What did you
these
say?
states like New York, like California, don't even care. And we had that tragedy in Florida about a month or so ago, where 3 people were killed by somebody that got one in California. It's so shameful. We need to make sure our streets are safe, everything is safe, and illegal aliens should not be getting licenses. We need the safest people out there driving trucks and driving everything else.
And not getting CDLs with no name literally on it. Jonathan Fay.
All right, guys. Yeah, guys, I agree 100%. Like, I don't understand why this is a thing that happens, but I do understand that there are some places that are some of the strictest places I've ever seen. But guys, listen, I was raised in New York. I didn't even know that it was that bad until I left New York. Then a couple of years ago, when I was trying to figure out where I wanted to kind of move, when I was deciding to come back to the United States of America, kind of part-time half the year, I was definitely looking in like upstate New York, right? And I was just like, okay, hold on, this is going to be cool. This is going to be great. Then I start to realize, wait a second, guys, you have a problem with tents? You have a problem? I can't even bring my guns. I can't carry my gun anywhere, guys. Oh no. Right? I need to do all this other stupid craziness to utilize my Second Amendment? Oh no, we're not doing none of these things here. Like, so for a place that is so strict with some of the most irrelevant, mundane things you can imagine, for them to be like all loosey-goosey, willy-nilly, let's say here, on not allowing, like not requiring like proper identification before you give a literal state ID, and not even just a state ID, a commercial driver's license. Oh no, there's a weird contradiction here, okay? Weird. You can't be strict and weak at the same time. You can't be strict and weak. Right? You need to be strict and strict, right? Because you're kind of giving false signals out here, guys. But either way, listen, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. You guys all have an absolutely amazing day. If you guys are new here, please like and subscribe. And in the meantime, I'll catch you guys later.